Hey everybody, Tim and Chucky here with another DC animated movie number 12, Batman Year One. Gonna get like the credit thing out of the way. Ben McKenzie, I meant to look it up, but I forgot. I know he played like Gordon. He played Gordon in the Gotham series, but he was in some teen show back in like the early 2000s. Like it was the OC or Orange Hill or something. I don't know. Something I never watched.
One Tree Hill, maybe?
One Tree Hill.
I don't watch it.
But that sounds familiar.
I think that's the one you were trying to say, but two different names came out.
The OC was a show, wasn't it?
Yeah, but the Orange Tree was not a show.
I don't know. I was never, like, even as a gay kid in 2000, I was like, fuck that.
Dude, yeah, I didn't
like,
watch that either.
So, anyways, Ben McKenzie plays, he plays Batman in this movie, and he plays Gordon in Gotham. So that's kind of cool that he plays both roles.
He got to do both.
Yep. Eliza Dushku, amazing actress. One of the few, like, I have not met her, but I would love to. She was in Dollhouse, she was in Buffy, she was in Wrong Turn.
Was she the one that survived in Wrong Turn?
Like the main character.
Yeah, she's the one that survived.
She plays the bitchy cheerleader from, what's the name of the cheerleading movie? That with Kirsten Stewart. Oh, Jordan's gonna kill me.
Bring It On?
Bring It On. She plays like the bitchy cheerleader where she's like, yeah. Lost it right there.
Yep.
Like, she's great. She's an amazing actress. I mean, just even her name, like Eliza Dushku.
I like Dushku.
Dushku. She's
Dushku.
awesome.
I feel like that should be a curse word.
Dushku! Probably the German Dushku! God, hopefully, she's never gonna watch this, but hopefully she doesn't. And then somebody played Gordon. I don't remember who. Who played Gordon?
Shut the fuck up. Oh my god, it's Bryan Cranston.
What is he famous for?
Breaking Bad?
I've never seen Breaking Bad.
Oh my god, that's the next thing we're fucking doing after this. Before Black Mirror and Rick and Morty. I don't give a shit. Breaking Bad is so good.
Yeah. I mean, I watched Malcolm in the Middle. Did you see the live action Power Rangers?
Yeah.
I loved it. I thought it was amazing.
I liked
Underrated.
him as Zordon. He
So
was such
good.
a douchey Zordon.
He
I
was.
loved it.
But, no, Bryan Cranston's
Apparently,
great.
he's two different villains in the TV show as well.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Well, it's because he was a voice actor.
I didn't know that.
But, okay.
Interesting.
But yeah, no, Bryan Cranston's great.
Big fan.
So, 12 years after Bruce's parents died, Batman Year One. It was the template for what Batman Begins is about. It's just about Batman becoming Batman. So, this story takes place, or the story is kind of important to me. Go back in time, 9 years. I was in college, and I was seeing somebody. It was Jordan at the time. And, like, as being in college, like, I was like, okay, well, I gotta go to class. And then I was like, okay, well, guess what? I have another class now. And Jordan at the time was, like, super, like, well, I mean, whatever you gotta do. Because he wasn't in school, he wasn't working or anything like that. And I was like, well, I really like comic books. Like, do you want to read some of these comics? And again, at the time, after being together for a couple months at the time, now, 9 years later, he's like, fuck no, I don't want to read. But at the time, he was like, yeah, if you want to do it, I'll do it. I was like, well, here, read this comic book. So I gave him Batman Year One. This is the 12th movie that had already come out. So I was already, like, fully invested in these movies. I would show up at Best Buy as soon as they opened to buy the new release. And I was like, well, read this comic. And he read it. And then the next day, I bought this movie and watched it. And I'd read this comic book before. Mm-hmm. But it'd been a minute. And I was like, oh, I don't really remember this. And he's like, oh, no, that was in the comic book. I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, no. Like, I remember that. They didn't say that. But yeah, that scene was in there. And I was like, oh, look at you.
Damn, I should have read the book. Yeah,
like 9 years later, that's never happened again. But so anytime I do watch this, I'm like, I bet Jordan remembers this better than I do. So, because I know, like, I think in the comic book, Gordon's like chain smoking through the whole thing.
That's funny as fuck. And he doesn't smoke a single cigarette in the whole show.
Because like this came out in 2011 when everybody's right like, after, you can't smoke.
After you quit. You got to quit smoking.
Yeah. So like, I remember like Jordan's like, I think he's smoking in this part of the comic, and I was like,
how the fuck you remember that?
I was like, okay. But so this kind of stands out to me a little bit. For you, like, you haven't read the comic yet.
No, but I'm going to now that I've finished the entire movie.
And so what did you think of this? As somebody who's only seen Batman Begins, like, what do you think? I
enjoyed Batman in all of his storylines. Like, I don't know, he was my favorite DC hero for the longest. Mm-hmm. Because, you know, he did it without superpowers. Like, whatever. He used his brain and his money.
I gotcha.
That seemed logical. It's pretty cool. I liked the way they told the story. It was interesting. And, I mean, the animation was good. Yeah. I enjoyed that part.
And this is again, so we've watched some movies that are completely original, and we've watched some movies that are based off of comic books. This is based off of a comic book, and so the ones that are all original are kind of, I don't want to say cliche, but they're kind of like flat animation. Yeah. If that makes sense.
They put less work into the animation than they did the storyline. Because they were like sitting there paying all their fucking writers to write it.
Yeah. Whereas the ones that are based off of comics, you can clearly tell, like, oh, this is based off of something. Like,
yeah, well, they're trying to keep the attention to detail when they're rolling from the artwork from the comic. They're trying to keep that intertwined with the story.
Like, storyline aside, probably the two best examples are All-Star Superman, because it's so bright, and then Justice League New Frontier, the one that takes place in the 40s.
Yeah.
Like, those, like, are completely different than any other of the movies. And this one is very unique. Like, this animation style is totally different than all the others. So, like, did it distract you? Did you like it?
I liked it.
It was good? Okay.
It really distracted me from it.
For the most part, like, this whole movie is just Gordon busting ass. There's a lot of male nudity in this. Like, just tying up guys naked.
Hog tying his coworkers. Just like, whatever.
Catwoman, Selena, Eliza Dushku, is amazing. She's badass in this. We kind of saw her already because we did skip ahead a little bit. The short of Catwoman where she's, like, pole dancing and beating up on the guy was a spin-off of this.
Yeah.
But I loved her and Holly. I don't know. Like, that's...
I like how she's playing, like, the mom, bigger sister kind of role, too. It's, like, showing more of her being human.
It's a cliche, again, but it's so fucking creepy where, like, Holly walks up to him and he's like...
I was really uncomfortable with that.
And he's like, how old are you? And she's like, how old do you want me to be? And it's like, oh... What is this?
No.
And like, when she fucking,
somebody get your daughter.
And when she, like, when he finally hits her, because she stabs him in the leg.
He's like, no, he threw her. He said, no, get away from me.
And, like, realistically, like, if a little girl stabbed me in the leg, I'd probably hit her, too.
She's getting back in.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's one of those, like, Zombieland things. Like, I've never hit a kid before.
God damn it.
But if they stab me in the leg, it's gonna happen. So, and then when, like, Selena, like, ninja styles out of the window, and she's like, Grah! And lands. I was like, oh, okay, so that's a thing. We see Batman on his first mission. We see Harvey Dent in kind of the most useless role ever. Like, he doesn't do anything in this movie.
He had a weightlifting set in his office. Why? Yeah. Harvey Dent is skinny in everything else he's ever played.
Like, and I'm fine with him not becoming Two-Face because I like the idea of getting to know Harvey Dent before he transforms.
No, I want to see his skin melt. I'm sorry. No, that's the best part of his story.
But see, if you know who he is, like, if it's like this long story arc, like, this is Harvey Dent, this is Harvey Dent, this is Harvey Dent, oh, nope, now his skin's melting. You're like, Harvey. But, like, if it's just, boom, he's Two-Face, I don't know. I don't feel that connection anymore. Does that make sense?
No. Well, I mean, I feel the connection with the half burnt off face. I'm sorry. I need him to be that ugly. I need it.
Okay, I'm gonna let that one go. We're just gonna keep going.
It's a face scar thing.
Yep. Which I'm assuming Batman is your favorite character in this movie because he saves the kitty. The whole building,
absolutely.
The whole building's fucking burning down, but you know what? He goes out of his way.
He's getting shot at, and he's like, "I gotta get the kitty. I gotta get the kitty.
Get the kitty."
And Catwoman's out there like, he just did that.
I know. She's like, "Wow, guess who's getting their dick wet today?"
Thank you.
He saved the kitty.
Save the kitty cat.
Save the kitty.
Save the kitty.
In the same, like, reverse metaphor, Jim's a cheater. Which I like Jim cheating, not in, like, a fucked up way, but, like, this whole movie is Jim being like, he's in a corrupt town with like a corrupt cops and everything is evil, and he's like, I'm gonna be the good person. Oh, you know what? My wife's pregnant. I'm gonna go bang somebody else. And it's like, oh, you're not that great either. Maybe you do belong in Gotham. Like, does like
that? But that does make sense. Yes.
Yeah. You purposely wanted me to write it down for Batman's first mission where he scares the kids. One of them falls off and he grabs his ankle.
I'm sorry. If I was the kid dangling, no.
His friends start hitting Batman. Like, your friend is literally dangling from death, and you're going to start hitting the...
Batman gets my ass back up, and I'm that kid who's my friends are trying to kick Batman's ass as I'm hanging over 3 stories of building. You're getting your fucking asses kicked when I get up. Like, for real. I'm about to die because you're fucking stupid. No, you're getting your ass kicked.
I couldn't believe it.
Those aren't your friends.
I don't even know if it's in the comic or not, but rewatching this movie, I was like, kind of like you. I was like, oh my god! As soon as Batman pulls me up, like I'm pushing them over. Like,
dude, they're getting fucked up. They're getting curb stomped into that railing.
This dude is literally holding me by an ankle from death, and you're hitting him in the head with a TV.
Dude, they did that. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna die.
And then as soon as he knocks them all out, he's like, amateurs. I was like, what does that mean? I can't. This movie's a hot mess.
It was so good, though.
It was great, but none of it made sense. And when he's wailing on the guy in the woods.
It should have showed the kid punching one of his fucking friends. Like, you idiots. It's fucking Batman.
It broke me. I can't do it. I mean, between that and then even Gordon, where he runs the guy off the road and gives him the baseball bat. And still beats the shit out of him.
He's like, I haven't taken down a Green Beret in a while. When the fuck did you do it the first time?
What were you doing before Gotham? You're fucking wailing on this guy.
This is why he needs, a true story. Right out of high school. What the fuck did Gordon do? I want it from graduation to college to what the fuck just happened?
Everything. So he was born on this day.
It was a Friday. It was gloomy. The thunderstorms were raining, and he came out the womb, and it just all cleared up.
And I mean, the last third of this movie is so fast. Gordon's kid is born. He tells his wife he's cheating. And then they
gets the phone call.
And then they get the phone call.
Fucking no.
I
Stop calling me.
I know.
I was like, yo, she's savage because she's like, I'm dealing with it. Let me do my thing.
If you're going to blackmail somebody, we're going to tell your wife that you're cheating on her, why would you call her on the phone?
That's like a yellow envelope in a dark parking lot. In a garage kind of thing.
Oh my god, send her pictures or something. Did you know your wife's cheating? Yes, I know he's cheating on me. Click.
Fucking 9 months pregnant, damn it. Can't deal with this.
Yeah. This movie is out of control. And then finally, of course, the last scene that I can't talk about. This movie broke me where he's like, you know I'm blind without my glasses.
He's got this smile just curling up like fucking Jack Skellington. Just that's super curl. It's going into his fucking nostril curling so hard. Motherfucker, you know that's Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
And then the bat light's just magically on the fucking roof now. Good lord.
Just how do you say that line without laughing? You know I'm blind without my glasses.
I'm like, okay, Velma.
Right? My glasses!
You're fucking losing it.
I know. This movie is good. It's a good movie, but it's a hot mess of a story.
Oh my god. No.
Can't. Oh, it's been a week. It's been a day. It's been whatever. I'm fucking over it.
He needs to laugh.
Yeah. You are obviously like know Batman Begins very well.
Yeah.
Can you see where they took this comic and adapted it?
Yeah.
So, overall, you like it?
Yeah,
Good
I
movie?
thought it was a pretty good movie. I wish I wasn't falling asleep the first time I watched it because I was enjoying it, but I was too tired to fucking stay awake.
Oh, I wasn't even going to bring that up, but now everybody knows.
I'm terrible.
Yeah.
Dude, I watch movies after midnight. Yeah, I'm gonna fall asleep. I'm a stoner. Dude, this is what we do.
And see, I'm a drunk, so like 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm like, let's do another one.
Dude, look at him.
Right, vodka and Red Bull. And this is why I just laughed through the whole fucking movie. Oh, this is either the best or the worst review ever. But hey, you know what? We have now done a dozen of these, so that's awesome.
Let's get to a baker's dozen.
Okay. So thank you guys for putting up with this. And I don't know, any closing thoughts?
Oh, it was pretty good. It's worth watching.
Good.
Sure.
Okay. And we will see you guys next time for one of my favorites, Justice League Doom.
Save the kitty.
Save the kitty.